Hi friends, it's Stephen from Bread Philharmonic. I'm really excited to share this video with you. Today we're going into the bakery to make whole grain sourdough ciabatta rolls. With 70% whole wheat, these rolls are not only nutritious, but they are proof that whole grain sourdough bread doesn't need to be dense and heavy, but can have a super open crumb structure. You'll find the formula at the end of the video, but what makes this bread really happen is the process. So watch the video, take notes, and I'll share some pointers along the way.
We always want to dose our water first. It helps bring the ingredients together. This is dry levain made with equal parts flour and water. Next, the flour is added. You could use your hands. I prefer to keep my hands clean and bring all the ingredients together with this cool Danish dough whisk. In the end, there's no dry flour, and the dough tears away quite easily. Sprinkle salt on top.
Next, the dough rests for about an hour. This is called a fermentolise because the levain is included with the water and flour. This rest period is especially important when working with whole grain flours because it allows time to hydrate and soften the sharp particles of bran. It is also important because it provides time for nature to do its work. Glutenin and gliadin proteins bond to form gluten. Amylase enzymes break down starches into sugars needed for fermentation, and protease enzymes break down proteins, resulting in a soft, extensible dough. Remember, salt is never incorporated into the dough during the rest period. It's hygroscopic and robs water away from these processes.
After 1 hour of rest time, you can see excellent gluten development. Squeeze the salt into the dough, and then give the dough a few tucks to organize the gluten. Place the dough into an appropriately sized vessel with measurement markings. The first stretch and fold after the first hour uses a traditional method. Stretch the corners of the dough as far as possible without tearing and bring them back into the middle. This helps make the gluten extensible. After the second hour, use the coil method. The dough is tucked underneath itself. This builds structure in the dough. The third stretch and fold is also a coil fold and should take place rather late in bulk fermentation at the 75 to 80% volumetric rise mark. Once the dough has reached the 100% volumetric rise mark, it's time to proceed. Notice the bench is heavily floured. Here, I'm using a drywall taping knife from the local hardware store. I squinch each piece gently underneath with my fingers. This results in a beautiful natural pattern in the crust. The couche is not expensive linen, but inexpensive but equally effective duck cloth from the local fabric store. The dough rests on the couche for 5-10 minutes max, and then transfers to a peel board with baking mat using a baguette peel. Load the rolls into a very hot and steamy oven. We want a violent rise. Small hearth-style rolls can withstand baking at higher temperatures because they are farther from the radiation heat source. In this Rackmaster 2020, the rolls bake at 250 Celsius for 25 to 30 minutes. Steam is released after 20 minutes. And now the results.
Now that you understand the process, as promised, here's the formula. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Bread Philharmonic. It really helps the channel grow and allows me to continue creating more bread baking content for you. Remember, great bread isn't an accident. It's the result of understanding the craft. Until next time.